Hey ladies, today is Monday, September 16, 2019, 10 weeks postpartum exactly today. I just recorded another video. I might do a few others if I get the chance today because there's so much I want to talk about, but I wanted to tell you about baby's first outing. So Michaela had her vaccinations, her 2-month well check, which was last Thursday on September 12th. And then we took her to church on this past Sunday, yesterday. And so that was her first ever public appearance anywhere other than the pediatrician's office and the local park. So we took her to church, and it wasn't a total disaster. I was concerned, even though she has been vaccinated. Her pediatrician told me it takes about 48 hours for the vaccinations to really get into the system, and so she'd be fine to go out. So since her vaccinations were given on Thursday, she was fine by Sunday to go to church. But vaccinations don't necessarily vaccinate you from all the germs and colds and whatever other nastiness people have going on. So I still didn't want people to touch her. And I was a little concerned on how that was going to play in church, because people always want to come up and touch your babies. Now, I don't have that problem on the street. I know some people have the problem on the street, like people trying to come up and touch their babies. I don't know if it's me giving them the evil eye or just something about my presence, but no one has ever tried to come up to me on a random street and try to touch my baby. They do that with my dogs though, which is weird because my dogs are really small and cute. People will just walk up and touch my dogs, but they are super friendly and I don't mind. I used to be pissed off because I was thinking, how do you just do that? But I've gotten over that. But if you tried to touch my baby, I would, not respond positively or nicely. But thank God I haven't had that. So we went to church, and the church service is roughly 2 hours. I go to a church that is an African Methodist Episcopal Zion Church, AMEZ. But I'm not really into denominations, to be honest with you. That's just the church we happen to go to now. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. So the church service is usually like 2 hours. It could be 2.5 when they're doing the most. But it's usually like 2 hours. I didn't really expect her to behave for 2 hours. That's a lot for a baby. We were late. We were like 10, 15 minutes late, but I'm happy to even be there 10, 15 minutes late because it is a lot for me to get done in the morning. And the problem is I decided to work out before getting ready, and I probably should have waited until the evening, and that kind of set us back a little bit. It was nothing to get Michaela dressed. Like, she had on the prettiest outfit. Matter of fact, I want to show it to you guys because I love her dress so much. I put in her little hamper because I was going to wash it again, but it's not really dirty. But she had on this dress. It's like the cutest little dress in the world. To me, like, that she owns, but it is a 0 to 3 month dress. A friend of mine sent it to her from the children's place, and I love this dress so much. And I put a little pink ribbon bow in her hair, and it was just too cute. And honestly, that's why I wanted her to go, because I wanted her to wear the dress. I just wanted, because it's a 0 to 3 month dress, and she hadn't been able really to go anywhere, and I hadn't put it on. I mean, you know what? I might just put it on today again to take her 10-week photos, because I take weekly photos of her. And since she is 10 weeks, I think I'm going to put that thing back on just so she can have today I'm 10 weeks photos in it. Because I just didn't, I wanted her to go out. I felt like the world her in this dress. And so, so that's what she wore. We got there a little late. She was quiet when we got there. I rocked her like the entire time. It was about an hour we stayed. We ended up leaving early. I did not intend to leave early. We ended up leaving early because my husband was trying. He packed her bottle, and I used this ma'am bottle. This is what I use now. Like, I bought a ma'am bottles. This one is like filled, like even beyond you see, this goes up to 5.5 ounces. I don't know if you can see that clearly, but I filled this one to 6 just because that's how much milk was in my little storage bottle. So I just filled the whole bottle. Um, but yeah, this is 5.5 ounces. No, this is 6 ounces. About. I mean, I have to guess because I filled it past the line, so it looks like roughly another half an ounce. Um, but anyway, these bottles I like because they're self sterilizing. You can sterilize them in the microwave. Just put in it tells you all the instructions, but I like the bottle, and the nipple's flat, and she tends to take it okay. I don't know, for some reason, because I have flat nipples, I thought, oh, flat nipples, she'll take to this. It's supposed to be one that breastfeeding babies take to. So some people hate it though. So to each their own. But I got this bottle, but the problem is it's a lot of parts, and you can screw off the bottom here of this bottle and clean it. But, and I don't want to turn it too much because it's really full, but if you can see, it's all these little holes in there. And this is to help with, it's an anti-colic bottle. But also, I don't know if you could tell, there's a white stopper, a white ring in there. And that ring stops the milk from pouring through the bottom of it, but through the bottom of the bottle. My husband did not put the ring in when he put the bottle together. So he put all the stuff in there, but he didn't put the bottle together till we're in church. So he's in church trying to pour the milk into the bottle, from the storage bottle into this bottle, into one of these bottles. And it ends up, I'm sorry guys, it ends up pouring through the bottle, the bottom of the bottle here. And it was just, I'm sorry, I gotta get this off the phone. Sorry, I didn't want it to keep ringing, but I have a landline. I know I'm old school. I have a landline because I like it in case of emergencies. But anyway, the milk just poured down through the bottom of the bottle, and it was just crazy to me. So now it's pouring through the bottom, and it's waste all over the church floor. And so we're trying to clean that up, and now the baby's crying. And I'm like, okay, we're crying. We can't feed her. I could have nursed, but I was not ready to breastfeed in public. And even if I put the thing over me, I just wasn't ready for all that. I really wasn't. I could have, but I just wasn't ready. So I just, like I could have taken her out and nursed her in one of the other rooms, but I just was like, the milk had wasted on the floor. And he wasted breast milk. It's breast milk. You know how hard it is? Like this pumping. It wasn't formula. I'm more upset to waste breast milk. I'll get more formula, but breast milk? So he wastes that because he pours about half the bottle into it, and then it just starts pouring. So he's trying to clean that up. She's crying. It's halfway through the service. The pastor's preaching. I'm just like, let's go. So we left. So that was our first outing. It wasn't bad. It was, with all that said, it really wasn't bad. She handled it pretty well. She started crying then. She did not cry the entire time up until that moment. And, I knew she was hungry. Like I said, I could have went and tried to breastfeed her, but I have never breastfed in public yet. So I was a little freaked. That's why I do like the fact that she can take bottles as well. But yeah, so that part was a little whatever, but it wasn't total disaster. We were there for about an hour, and we probably missed an hour. We missed most of the preaching, I guess the important part. But we tried. So that was her first outing. We might try again next week. And if I do it next week, I might just put her in my wrap, my baby wrap that I showed you guys, and wrap her up and carry her that way. I don't want people touching her. I don't want people trying to pick her up. I don't want people touching her hands. That's really one thing to be mindful of, because most babies suck on their hands or put them in their mouth at some point, and people want to grab hands. I don't want anyone to grab her hands, because right now she is sucking on her hands. And so, yeah, so there was all that. But no one touched her, luckily, because she ended up falling asleep at a portion. So when people came around during a portion of the service to greet each other, she was sleeping. And so everyone kind of left her alone, which I was kind of like over her like a hawk. I'm like, look, but don't touch. She's like a painting. Look, but don't touch. And so everyone was, oh, she's so sweet. Oh, she's so cute. But no one touched her. So I was really happy about that. So that was our first outing. I have no qualms about telling people they can't touch her. I don't want to be rude, but I have to defend her and take care of her first. So just very nicely, you can tell people, please, It's hard because people are still going to want to hold or touch your baby, but you have to be, if you don't want them to. If you want them to, that, that's fine. But I don't want her. I'm so protective of her getting sick. I don't want her to get sick. Thank God she's on breast milk, so maybe she won't get as sick. That's what they say with breast milk babies. But I just don't want her to get sick. So, I mean, because I'm going to be the one dealing with it, not them. So I can spare their feelings now and then, have a sick baby later. So I just didn't want to deal with that. But thankfully, I did not have to do any of that because she slept through the portion when people would have tried to touch her. And then we left early. We came late. So it worked out. But that was her first outing, and maybe we'll try again next week. I'm not sure yet. Talk to you soon.